Hello, good morning. Welcome to some business news updates on News Desk. Small and medium-scale enterprises and business entrepreneurs have been advised to develop a successive strategic plan that can sustain their businesses for a while without the full participation of the business owners themselves. This came up during a dialogue session at the 3rd Vodafone African Business SME Summit in Accra under the theme Entrepreneurship Becoming a Ready Business.
Entrepreneurship and SME growth took the center stage at this year's Vodafone African SME Summit. This is because, according to the organizers, the economy of Africa depends on entrepreneurship and small and medium-scale enterprises. At a panel discussion, Executive Director of the China-Europe International Business School, Professor Matthew Chamini, noted that African businesses can be successful through developing strategic plans that can be followed by the next generation.
What we don't want to do is also to end up what we call micromanaging, because you can't do everything. So when you delegate, you have to find a way of actually supervising. But then the question is, how do you do this? So which means that you need to build appropriate structures and processes. And this is usually what we advise. So as I said earlier on in my presentation, we have a women entrepreneurship program, which the objective is actually to help these women scale up their businesses. And they are having huge challenges in terms of having the right people, delegating, and having these people deliver. And I don't know whether it's a cultural issue, because I thought it's a Ghanaian problem, but when you go to Nigeria, it's the same thing, that when you delegate and you are not there, okay, very often people don't deliver. And so you realize that even though you delegate in theory, in practice, you have to continuously monitor.
On his part, chairman of the Kitec Group Limited and Tang Palace Hotel, Tang Hong, noted business leaders don't have to participate in every aspect of company's operation. He stressed the need for the youth to take up the challenge of initiating ideas that can help grow businesses.
You know, for instance, my hotel, I have HR, human resource manager, and then my main business at Kitec, I have a lot of managers there. They can employ. Okay. They can employ what they want. You know, if we find any problem, we just lay them off. You know. But I stay here 21 years. I have a lot of very important Ghanaians who play major roles in my company. If they bring any idea, do something for the company, I just approve. I don't need to think plenty. You think much, check this, check that, just waste time.
So trust plays a critical role in your operations.
Important. You can't do all the job by yourself. You know, I think as a CEO, you must keep your mind fresh every day. You have to think something for the future. You have a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, so you keep on growing.
This year's summit ends on 15th October.
Now, the Cyber Crimes Unit of the Police Service has issued an end of October deadline to all organizations involved in the collection of personal data from Ghanaians under the Data Protection Act. Already, more than 60 company executives have been issued with cautions for failing to register under the new law. Head of the Data Protection Commission, Teki Akwete Falconer, has been speaking to Joy Business and says even though the banking sector has been the most responsive, several financial institutions are still in breach and could face prosecution after the deadline.
When the law was passed, as part of the transitional provisions, the law itself gave existing entities that are data controllers 3 months, within which to comply with the requirement to register. And we started the registration process sometime in May 2015, and we kept extending after 3 months, because as a commission, we recognize the need for raising more awareness, amongst those who needed to register. And this process ended sometime in May. And from May 2016 to date, we've just added a little over 200. I must say that the banks have been one of those that have been very responsive to the call to register. So we've had several banks registered, and there are still a number of financial institutions that have not complied. But what we started doing about a couple of months ago was to work, because when it comes to enforcement of these laws, which we are mandated by law to do, we have to work with a number of agencies. So we are working closely with the Attorney General and the police, and the police have already started inviting a number of companies. Usually, I think they're doing their work. We provide the list, and then we run the list against those that we currently have in our register. And I think they invite them, they've been inviting them actually to the police station.
And that's it for business. Join me again at midday for more business news updates. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Viafe.